What is going on, guys? Toilet here, back with another episode of Satisfactory 1.1. Where last episode we got started on our mega factory to build radio control units, supercomputers, cooling systems, fuse modular frames, and in the future, turbo motors. We started by collecting a bunch of water over in the swamp biome, bringing over all the iron and oil we needed, put it all in refineries, and then put some of those refineries into some blenders to make fuel. In today's episode, however, I want to get started on a recycling plant using both the recycled plastic and the recycled rubber recipe in tangent with each other to get the rubber and plastic I need for this factory. And checking my notes on the recycling plant, I need about 24 of each refinery, 24 recycled plastic, 24 recycled rubber. Now, to make this a lot easier, I'm going to try this blueprint I made where the fuel comes in for both of these, and then the rubber and the plastic basically just go back and forth. Once these are overflowing and working, all the overflow is going to be coming out of the smart splitters. We have rubber in the back, and we have plastic in the front, or plastic in the back, rubber in the back, plastic in the front. We're gonna see how this works and gonna see the output that this makes, but we need a place for this. And in this square that I made, I don't think there's gonna be enough room because we still also have to do and process all of the iron stuff. We have to process all these iron ingots into rods, pipes, and plates. And then we also have to make this heavy oil residue into petroleum coke. I think petroleum compactor coke, one of the cokes. And then put that into all of the quick wires. Quick wire? Yeah, quick wire. Yeah. So we're gonna save room for that on this floor. So to easily do this fuel recycled plant, I am going to do it outside of this. I'm gonna make a separate building for this. I'm gonna try to make it not go any higher than where these blenders are right now. That way I don't have any use for pumps and everything. So I am just going to take the fuel lines that I have and bring them. I was going to put them over here actually, but as you can see, we have some of our gumball machines over here, so that is not going to work. Then I thought about putting them over here, and I'm like, I don't think that's enough room because we can't delete those stupid black goopy trees.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Stupid little trees that I can't destroy for some reason. So I am going to be putting them over here in this little nice area here. And you might be thinking that seemed like a perfect area over yonder for a nice square factory. But no. We're doing another circle base. Let's go. More circles in this game are great. And the circle will give us a nice center area for sorting and whatnot. Now, I'm not sure how big I'm going to make this. I'm just going to make it as big as I can and then go from there. We're going to have fun with that. We're going to see how that is. You could just stay put. Actually, I'm going to sneak up on you. I don't want you here. Hold on. Being very sneaky. My sneaky little snake. Didn't even stand a chance. All right. And now, usually, what I would do is I would do the classic circle method where you come up here, you hold it down, and then you twist it a little bit. Not that way, but just, like that. And then expand it out, and that's how you usually do it. But I did install a mod called Curve Builder that lets me not only make a curve, but it also lets me do a circle. Look at that. Easy peasy. And now I can extend the sides to whatever length I want, like that. Ta-da! And that is just so much easier building the circle and everything. And that's actually almost perfect. All right, this is gonna be a sick transition. Why are my pants orange? I don't know what's going on with the color thing in here. I don't know. Why are my pants orange? I don't know. Anyways, it's gonna be a cool transition. I'm just gonna go all the way up here. And before you know it, we have a perfect circle. Oh, Jesus.
If you wish to impress me, don't do that.
Okay, thank you, Ada. 0 days. Now the ultimate test is to see if if everything fits. I can already tell I'm not gonna have enough space for this. Absolutely not gonna have enough space. No. Nope, 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 nope. Not going to have enough space. Can I make this circle bigger? Not really. Not a lot of room here. That's okay. I guess we could just do a square. That's fine. I wanted to do a circle, but maybe, you know what? Maybe we could just use this circle for something else. We're just going to leave that there. And then we're going to, you know, scooty our way over here. And we're just going to, you know, we're going to leave that circle there for the future. And we're going to put it in the original spot I wanted to anyways. And just put that over here, you know? It all works out. I'm just going to cry a little bit. All right, I guess this will do. I have all of the machines lined up. I brought over one of the lines of 600 and hooked it up underneath. Looking kind of cool. Hopefully that all works. It comes down and it should go back up because this is the level it started at. So to test this, I hooked up just one of these machines to where they go into awesome sinks, and attached to them I have throughput monitors, so that once this starts pumping, this will give me a hopefully accurate reading of how much plastic and rubber I am getting. So it is not powered on yet. I have this temporary power set up here. If I connect it to this line, these should have power. Okay, they do not. That's great. This does not have any power in it either. It's connected to this one over here, which is not connected to any of them. There we go. Okay, so now this one should have power. Yep, okay. And now, okay, all of them are lit, at least in this row, and nothing will happen in any of them really until I put in, I basically have to jumpstart this, right? So I need to, I think it holds 100 plastic or 100 rubber or whatever. I can put plastic in here. Or sorry, this is rubber in here, and then put plastic in here, just like that. It should start chugging along. We should start getting some recycled plastic and rubber as well, going back and forth. And we already got some coming in. Okay, so both of them are going, and they are going pretty smoothly. Right now, both of them are at 30. That is great. If I go based on my notes here, I should need about 676 plastic per minute outside of this. Okay, I think we're stuck at 30. Okay, now, if each one of these machines have 30 per minute coming out of both, and there are, let's say, 24 machines of each, that is 720. That's over 676. We got it, baby. This is gonna work perfectly, and I am so glad. And that's also good because I could make the number semi-even, because 30 is not much, and these hold up to 7. This is great. I'm so glad this works, actually. And you know, the systems usually back up anyway, so it's like, that's perfect. That is awesome. I am so glad this works. I am so happy. And now I just gotta hook up the rest of it. I just realized this is my first time using the conveyor throughput monitor, honestly. And I definitely should be using this more often. This is a great tool that they added. But all right, let's get all of them hooked up. I think I have another 600 line and a 200 line to take care of. And then the other 600 line might go back there. And then the 200 line might go all the way in the back here, because I do have, technically it's not 24. Technically it's like 23 point something. And then I have here underclocked. But if I hook up the other one, and then I just might have to add the other fuel up to 200. And I think that would be Gucci. And then after I hook everything up, I just got to jumpstart everything, and we should be good to go with our recycle plant. All right, here we go. Here we go. Cool. Hold on one sec. Cool transition coming in right now. All right, it is official. I hate liquids.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
I do not like them one bit. I appreciate the attention to realism in this game when it comes to liquids, but getting them all set up to work properly is a hassle and a half if you do not set it up correctly. So originally, if we look down here, I have not cleared this out yet. This is what I was doing down here. I was just making it come from over here and then up into the pipes through up into the machines through this, right? It would just scoop back up, and these here are on the same level as these here, so it came down and it should go right back up. But I think the problem was the fact that it reached out so far. By the time it got to the end, there was no pressure left in the system. So instead I just put them up, brought them out, pumped them up into these fluid buffers here, and pump them in downward there. Now we're going to make this look prettier later, obviously, but I have everything set up so it should be distributing it as evenly as possible. I even went and put like I could have connected them just like, you know, right here, but I did the halfway point between the amount of machines that I need it for. So the 600 is going into the 300 as perfectly as possible, and it is working now. Everything is green. I was having problems with some machines down at the end of the line, but because I did this method, it is now working. And then all of the plastic and the rubber are heading towards these awesome sinks just so I could get a reading in. And I have about 480 of both coming in, 480 on this side, and then on this side about 216 of each. So 480 plus 216 is 696, about 700, and that is more than enough. That is perfect. And it won't always look like this because only a certain amount have to go to each thing, but we will cross that bridge when we burn it. Now that that is out of the way, I am tired of looking at this. I am tired of working on it. Before this video ends, I do want to try to get all of the iron production going, because that's just literally going to be a bunch of constructors making iron plates, iron rods, and iron pipes. So checking my notes real quick, I'm going to need about 6 constructors for rods, about 25 for steel pipes, and 10 for the plates. So the 10 will be the easiest. I think I'm just going to, how many is that in total? And how many can I get in a row here? So I'm seeing 24, 25, 6, 27 across. And I needed, how many did I say? 40. Okay, not terrible. How's that one? Is this 20 across here? Because I can make this pretty even, if anything. Or I could just, you know, split it up and do some stuff here, because I will also need, all these rods are going into screws. Okay. So I wonder if I could just transform the rest of this floor into all of my iron production. Okay, let's just start off with the easy one. Let's start off with the rods into the screws. So I need we need at least 80 rods, and each one makes about 15 and takes 15. And each one of these machines making iron is making about 65. That's a weird number. That is a weird number.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're.
But that is okay. That is so strange, because now I need 65 and then some of this, because I only need 80 for these rods. This is going to be interesting. I didn't realize that was such a weird number coming out of that. What would be really funny, actually, is if I just manifold everything. Like, just line up the constructors and just manifold the crap out of them, you know? Okay, so I just got to figure out how I'm going to split all this iron into itself, and hopefully come to an agreement with the game and myself. So we'll see what happens. This is mainly was just for the fuel, for the recycle plant, but we are going to do this right now. All right, so I have all of my constructors set up to the amount that I need. I decided this looked pretty cool, just filling out this little section with all the constructors, and it evenly fit too, which is also lovely. And I realized too late that I could have just I didn't need these splitters here, because I have, you know, a whole foundation's worth of room down there, but I realized that too late. So I just connected everything like that. Everything is coming together up to 780, and then going into the system, distributing where it is needed. Over on this first row, we have 10 worth of iron plates, making 200 iron plates per minute. Then these 2 rows here are just all steel pipes. And then I think the last 6 are going to be making the rods. Just like that. All right, beautiful. Now this just going underneath, coming back up here and into these constructors here. That way I can merge them all together where I need them and send them off to where they may be needed. It may be needed. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, so next what I think I want to do is actually do the reinforced iron plates, because that just needs the rods and it just needs screws and then some of the iron plates from over here. And I can just take all these rods and we could just move them over to this little area over here where the tree is. And that'll be super easy, because I literally just need 8 constructors for screws and then about 5 or 6 assemblers for the reinforced iron plates. And I think that'll be good because after that, all the steel pipes are going to have to go to many wild places. And we could probably deal with that in the next video or later on. I don't know. This factory is going to get very wild, not wet, just wild. I mean, I already did the wet because after we, because after we make these, we need to fill out this floor right here, and then we just need to start building upwards because this is going to be a multi-floor. This is not going to be it. It's going to just go up more, you know? All right, anyways, so constructors. I need 8 constructors for the screws. Why didn't I do wait, this gets me 50 per minute. Whatever, we're going to stick with this because I'm not dealing with modeler right now being so slow. We're going to build 8 constructors. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We're going to put these kind of close together because we can easily just put, we don't need more than one belt for this. We can easily just belt this around and then go into 6 assemblers. This one's going to be interesting. We're going to do 6 assemblers. What if we just do the assemblers on the other side and just bring those across like a little hole? We can. Oh my God, we have enough room for this. We are going to be putting the assemblers there. 1, 2, 3. Okay. These are going to be making reinforced iron plates. Okay. Oh, all right. This is very interesting. I feel like I'm just building a puzzle where I don't know where all the pieces are. What if I just build over these? I feel like I just want to build over. I really wish you could destroy these guys. But I think I'm going to make sure this guy knows that I hate it being here and it's an inconvenience because I'm just going to boop, boop, right over. I could do it under. I could also do it under. Just be a little nicer and it'll make make it even out a little more. Okay, but first I need to bring over the rods. And I think this I am going to be doing underneath. Did I line this up? Look at that. Oh, that's perfect. That is absolutely incredible. And then we can just kind of cover this part back up like this. Oh man, guys, that doesn't happen that often, not gonna lie. Put that there and then you barely tell it's happening. Amazing. Oh man, I also just now realized that I did not use my daisy chain for this and I needed to. That's a quick fix. All right, and there we go. Got everything up and running. Got the little daisy chain blueprints. That way I don't have wires all over the place. I'm gonna fix that little thing later. I just wanted to power this on. All the rods are flowing through very nicely, I must say. And now we are getting screws. Amazing. Next time I use screws, I am going to be using the iron ingot recipe so I can just bypass this entirety of iron rods. Merging them together. This is our merging song. We will merge them together to send them off to a new place. There it is. There's the lovely screws. Now is the decider. I really just want to put it over this guy and then just straight down. Like it's not going to work because I need these to go below as well. So I'm just gonna have to probably bring it down and then go that way with it. Basically like that. And with that, what I can do is I can make 2 lines. I can basically split this up evenly like I have to. And basically a splitter right on top of that, doing the same thing. Like that. And that'll work out perfectly. Actually, that's not perfect. Just kidding. And basically do that on all of these and then combine them into one line and then bring the 1 lines I need over into there. That's basically what I have to do, which should be pretty easy, pretty simple. All right, that was easy peasy lemon squeezies. If we look down below, we can see it's just a basic split down here. We're getting iron plates from over there and our screws from down here just going over. We're not going to bother with this guy right here. He's just gonna chill there. He's gonna be like a little centerpiece, but that is okay. All we got to do now, power these up and all of them should start chugging along very nicely. Yes. And then we should start seeing more greens over here and greens over there as these start going. We have some more greens on the refineries because those are also going as well. And we are schmoovin' and we are groovin'. But I think that's gonna do it for this episode. I think we got a good amount done with our recycle plant. I'm glad we got that up and running. And we got all of our iron production going to start making our reinforced iron plates. I think next episode we will start working on bringing the steel pipes over and start continuing our iron production. We got to turn the steel pipes into modular frames and encase industrial beams and turn those into heavy modular frames, which then go into our fused modular frames. So we will work that out and continue this floor and make that all together to finish out this floor and then start working on the next floor above, which I think is going to be our quick wire and Caterium stuff. That way I can bring over all the plastic and rubber from there and bring it here. And then this is probably only going to be like 3 floors. It's going to be a lot smaller than I thought, but that is a-okay. We will work with it. The smaller, the better, honestly, which leaves me more room for more activities to do elsewhere. And then I just got to figure out how I'm going to get everything up to there. But that is going to be Future Toilet's problem and not mine. My main, my thing to do now is completed. Now I just got to send you guys off, and I will send you send you a bid farewell. Bid you a farewell. That is the word I was looking for. You guys are awesome. Keep it up. Like, subscribe, all that good fun jazz. Let me know how you doing in the comments below. You know, talk to me. Maybe I'll start streaming more. I don't know. But that is it. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.